leather cracked at every seam, oil in the palm, and an old man's dream. 6 a.m. factory gate, cold black coffee, running late. Every shift had its own sound. Steel hit steel while the soul went around. Work gloves by the radio, lying where I left them, beside the little speaker, and a box of rusted wrenches. Work gloves by the radio, warm but holding strong. Heard me build a living to 100 old soul songs. I fixed what broke, I earned what came, raised 2 kids and carried my name. Work gloves by the radio, still know who I am. Saturday noon, garage door high, summer heat and a pale blue sky. I tuned that dial till the station cleared. 1 guitar line was all I needed. My boy came in with a bike chain loose. I said, hand me that wrench, we'll see what we can do. He watched my hands, he watched them slow. Some things a father never has to show. Work gloves by the radio, lying where I left them, beside the little speaker, and a box of rusted wrenches. Work gloves by the radio, warm but holding strong. Heard me build a living to 100 old soul songs. I fixed what broke, I earned what came, raised 2 kids and carried my name. Work gloves by the radio, still know who I am. Years rolled on, the plant shut down, new glass offices covered that ground. My hands got stiff, the music stayed, same warm station, same songs played. Then last spring my grandson came, picked up those gloves and spoke my name. Said, Grandpa, show me how this thing goes. I turned up the radio and said, start slow. Work gloves by the radio, still beside the wall, still beside the wall. Holding 50 working years inside them after all. Work gloves by the radio, scarred and stained and true. Every worn out finger still points me back to you. I lost some strength, I gained some time. Still tap my foot to that old baseline. Work gloves by the radio, don't move them from their place. They hold a whole life's labor and a little bit of grace. Ooh, work gloves by the radio, one old song playing soft and low. rear tire hissing by the county line. Pulled in slow to Miller's place. Rubber smell and a familiar face. Joe looked up from an old steel rim. Said, been a while. I said, how you been? Came for a patch, 10 minutes maybe. Somehow an hour got away from me. Thursday at the tire shop, coffee by the wall. Old man talking weather like they know it all. Thursday at the tire shop, air guns singing loud. One little waiting room holds half the town. I came for rubber, I stayed for time. Thursday at the tire shop felt just fine. Frank came in for a front end shake. Said his old Buick had one more ache. Miss Lou waited by the vending machine. Bright red coat in a magazine. Young kid asked what pressure to run. Joe gave 3 answers just for fun. Nobody hurried, nobody knew how much we missed just talking things through. Thursday at the tire shop, coffee by the wall. Old men talking weather like they know it all. Thursday at the tire shop, air guns singing loud. One little waiting room holds half the town. I came for rubber, I stayed for time. Thursday at the tire shop felt just fine. Joe said, remember the winter in '82? You slid through my fence in that old Malibu. I said, you charged me double. He said, that ain't true. Frank started laughing like old friends do. Then for a minute, the years fell away. 3 younger men stood there that day. No stiff knees, no reading glass, just grease on our hands and the world moving fast. Ooh, Thursday at the tire shop, sun dropping west. New patch holding, old heart at rest. Thursday at the tire shop, nothing grand to see, just a place where getting older comes with company. I came for 1 tire, left with more. A lighter step walking out that door. Thursday at the tire shop, keep my chair nearby. I might lose some air again before too long goes by. Thursday evening, tire rolls true. Joe waves once, I wave back too. Blue silk scarf on the coat rack, hanging where you left it last. One loose thread near the end, still moves softly when the door blows in. I've changed the shoes, I've moved the chair, but I never touched that scarf up there. Some things leave, some things stay. Some things hold a whole life in place. Her scarf on the coat rack still catches the light, soft little shadow at the edge of night. Her scarf on the coat rack, blue against the wall. I pass it every morning, I still see it all. Your hand at the doorway, you laugh down the hall. Her scarf on the coat rack keeps bringing you home. You wore it once to our daughter's dance, twisted it twice with your nervous hands. Wore it in winter, wore it in spring, said blue made gray days feel like anything. One Sunday evening, you came in tired, hung it there beside my old work jacket. I didn't know that ordinary night would be the last time you'd hang it right. A scarf on the coat rack still catches the light, soft little shadow at the edge of night. Her scarf on the coat rack, blue against the wall. I pass it every morning, I still see it all. Your hand at the doorway, you laugh down the hall. Her scarf on the coat rack keeps bringing you home. My sister said you should pack things away, give yourself room for another day. I boxed your books, I folded your clothes, gave away dresses nobody knows. Then I reached up for that strip of blue, and my whole hand stopped like it already knew. Not every memory needs a place to hide. Some can hang quietly and live by your side. Her scarf on the coat rack, faded but true, still holds a little motion, still looks like you. Her scarf on the coat rack, I leave it right there. Through another winter, through another year, I've learned to keep living, I've learned to move on. But moving ain't the same thing as making love gone. Her scarf on the coat rack, blue against the wall. One small piece of you still softens it all. Blue silk scarf on the coat rack, door opens slow, then settles back. One loose thread moves in the air, and for one brief second, you're standing there. Payphone by the station wall, cracked black cord and a faded call. quarter stuck inside the slot. I touched that coin and time unlocked. 22 with a borrowed coat, your home number on a paper note. My hand shook hard that winter night. I had one question and one coin right. Quarter in the payphone slot, waiting for the call. One small piece of silver changed the course of it all. Quarter in the payphone slot, cold beneath my thumb. I called home to tell my mama I had found the one. No diamond yet, no house, no plan, just your name and a nervous man. Quarter in the payphone slot started everything I had. Mama answered on the fourth long ring, said, boy, what happened? You don't call for anything. I cleared my throat, watched buses roll, said, I think I found the woman for my soul. She went quiet, then laughed real low, said, does that poor girl already know? I looked through glass at the falling snow, said, not quite yet, but I'm fixing to go. Quarter in the payphone slot, waiting for the call. One small piece of silver changed the course of it all. Quarter in the payphone slot, cold beneath my thumb. I called home to tell my mama I had found the one. No diamond yet, no house, no plan, just your name and a nervous man. Quarter in the payphone slot started everything I had. I found you later at the all-night place, red wool scarf and a tired face. Sat across from your cup of tea, said, I got something you should hear from me. No perfect speech, no bended knee, just I want all my tomorrows with you beside me. You stared 1 second, then took my hand, said, took you long enough to understand. Quarter in the payphone slot still shines in my mind. One little call to mama before I made you mine. Quarter in the payphone slot bought me 60 seconds then, but those 60 seconds open 47 years ahead. We built a home, we raised a crew, lost some battles, made it through. Quarter in the payphone slot, small and silver, worn and true. I'd spend that same old quarter all over again for you. Oh, payphone station wall, one stuck quarter still holds it all. lunchbox under the bench, dented corner, broken latch, dust on the handle, scratches deep. 40 long years it chose to keep. Bread and paper, apple cut, thermos beside it, buttoned up. Day after day, shift after shift, small little meals helped a family life. Lunchbox under the bench, wading through the years, holding all the long days, holding all the tears. Lunchbox under the bench, battered blue and gray, carried every working mile through every working day. I packed my hunger, I packed my plans, fed 3 young children with these tired hands. A lunchbox under the bench still remembers me. Morning whistle, factory floor, steel boots moving through the door. Heat in summer, cold in spring, same old rhythm, same machine. 12:30, sirens fade. I took my break in a patch of shade. Nothing fancy, nothing wide, just a little food and a reason inside. Lunchbox under the bench, wading through the years, holding all the long days, holding all the tears. Lunchbox under the bench, battered blue and gray, carried every working mile through every working day. I packed my hunger, I packed my plans, fed 3 young children with these tired hands. Lunchbox under the bench still remembers me. Oh, one day my daughter needed new shoes. 1 month the furnace burned clear through. 1 year the rent climbed twice as high. Still every morning I rose before light. I kept one picture taped inside, 3 little faces standing side by side. Whenever my shoulders started giving in, I opened that lunchbox and looked again. Lunchbox under the bench, rust along the seam, held more than sandwiches, held a working man's dream. Lunchbox under the bench, worn but standing strong, carried all my hard years and kept me moving on. I lost some daylight, I gained some gray, watched those little children grow and move away. Lunchbox under the bench, plain and true, every dent still tells me what a man can do. Metal lunchbox under the bench, broken latch, dented edge, the blaze, silver hair on the checkered floor, little pieces of years before. Comb goes down, clippers rest, white cloth folded on his chest. All day long the chair goes round, every life leaves something down. The barber sweeps at 5, slow from side to side, gray and gold together like a river made of time. The barber sweeps at 5, under fading light, clears away the morning, clears away the night. Young men came, old men changed, still that broom moves just the same. The barber sweeps at 5, and another day goes by. First cut came at 8:30. Schoolboy nervous, running late. Noon brought Frank with thinning hair, same blue coat, same waiting chair. Then came Joe with a silver crown, 40 years since brown turned gray. Every face the mirror knew came in old or left made new. The barber sweeps at 5, slow from side to side, gray and gold together like a river made of time. The barber sweeps at 5, under fading light, clears away the morning, clears away the night. Young men came, old men changed, still that broom moves just the same. The barber sweeps at 5, and another day goes by. His father swept this floor before, same back room, same wooden door. Then his own hands learned the trade, watched whole families grow and fade. Baby boys became old men, sons came through and came again. Every little strand beneath that chair held a piece of someone there. The barber sweeps at 5, steady, soft and slow, gathers up the seasons from the people that he knows. The barber sweeps at 5, one more closing round, small town years together in a quiet little mound. Some hair white, some hair brown, some names gone, some still around. The barber sweeps at 5, while the evening fills the street. The barber sweeps at 5, then turns the old sign in. Tomorrow all those stories start again. 5 o'clock, the floor is clean, one old chair, one fading gleam, broom by the wall, mirror still. The barber leaves, the whole room still. by the front door, folded twice on the wooden floor. Morning warm, but the house felt still. One small shadow by the window sill. I picked it up, felt the heat inside. Two round biscuits wrapped side by side. No card signed, no ribbon tied, just a little kindness left outside. Two biscuits in a bag, warm against my hand. Nothing rich or fancy, nothing big or grand. Two biscuits in a bag, soft as morning rain. Put a little comfort where I carried pain. I had eaten lonely more nights than I can count. Two biscuits in a bag felt like more than they should amount. Butter melted through the paper seam, smell like Sundays from an old dream. I set one down, saved one for noon. Watch the daylight move across the room. Across the fence, Miss Mary's shade flooded softly where the wind had played. Some hearts know what words can miss. Sometimes love looks small as this. Two biscuits in a bag, warm against my hand. Nothing rich or fancy, nothing big or grand. Two biscuits in a bag, soft as morning rain. Put a little comfort where I carried pain. I had eaten lonely more nights than I can count. Two biscuits in a bag felt like more than they should amount. Next week came, I baked a pie, burned one edge but let it ride. Carried it over near 3:30, set it down where she could see. No big reason, no debt to pay. Goodness has a habit of finding its way. One warm biscuit, one borrowed plate can make two quiet houses feel less far away. Two biscuits in a bag, simple, warm and true, made an empty kitchen feel a little new. Two biscuits in a bag, resting by my door, gave this tired old morning something worth waking for. No brass band, no grand parade, just a neighbor's kindness and a little warmth she made. Two biscuits in a bag still remind me now, the smallest bit of caring can turn a whole day around. Paper bag, folded flat, one crumb left, and I smile at that. Dust on the piano keys, soft and gray. Curtains closed most every day. Bench pushed in, music gone. That old room stayed quiet too long. Your picture stood above the frame. I never touched it after you went away. Some doors close without a sound. Some songs wait to come back around. Dust on the piano keys, years upon the white. Silence in the daytime, silence every night. Dust on the piano keys, where your hands once flew. Every little faded note still remembers you. I thought the music had left with your goodbye. Dust on the piano keys, beneath the quiet sky. Sunday came, my granddaughter ran, little red shoes and a candy-stained hand. Climbed that bench before I knew, pressed one black key, then another two. Wrong notes rang through the empty room. She laughed so hard the whole house moved. I stood still by the hallway wall. Funny how one small sound can wake it all. Dust on the piano keys, lifting in the light. Little hands were dancing, making wrong notes right. Dust on the piano keys, floating through the room. Something I had buried started back to bloom. I thought the music had left with your goodbye. Dust on the piano keys, rose into the light. You played evenings after supper time, one foot tapping, keeping crooked time. I washed dishes, you missed a chord, then laughed and played that same part more. I never knew how much those sounds held every wall and filled this house, till years of silence taught me true. The room had only been waiting for you. Dust on the piano keys won't stay there today. Little fingers found them and brushed the years away. Dust on the piano keys, golden afternoon. My granddaughter keeps playing some half-made tune. I hear your laughter somewhere in between one wrong little melody and an old memory. Dust on the piano keys, falling to the floor. This house has got a heartbeat. Once more, dust in the sunlight, bench pulled near. One small note still ringing clear. Dust on the piano keys, soft and bright. The house keeps singing into the night. Midnight highway, almost bare. Cold wind moving through the air. Fuel gauge low, eyes gone tired. One small station still looked alive. Red and green bows around the roof, half were blinking, half burned through. Middle of July, 90 degrees, still those Christmas lights glow through the trees. Gas station Christmas lights shining all year long. Little crooked colors where they don't belong. Gas station Christmas lights bright beside the pumps, making tired travelers slow their engines up. Miles from family, far from city nights, I found a little welcome in gas station Christmas lights. Old man inside, name tag rate, reading yesterday's paper at the end of the day. The coffee machine made a tired sound. One truck driver walked around. Young girl counted quarters by the door, trying to buy one sandwich more. Ray slid it over, said, "You're good tonight." Red and green reflections danced across the light. Nobody cheered, nobody knew. One small kindness had just come through. Gas station Christmas lights shining all year long. Little crooked colors where they don't belong. Gas station Christmas lights bright beside the pumps, making tired travelers slow their engines up. Miles from family, far from city nights, I found a little welcome in gas station Christmas lights. I asked old Ray why they never came down. He looked through the glass at that sleeping town, said, "My wife hung them out last December here. After she was gone, I left them every year." Folks need something when the road gets long, some little sign that they still belong. I watched those colors shake in the night and understood why he kept them bright. Gas station Christmas lights faded red and green, holding one man's promise in a roadside scene. Gas station Christmas lights warm above the rain, giving lonely people one soft place to stay. No snowy window, no December white, just a tired old station and those stubborn little lights. Gas station Christmas lights keep shining where you are. Sometimes home is only one bright stop beneath the stars. Midnight highway, tank filled right. I drove away slowly past those Christmas lights. Sleeves worn smooth, lining thin, 40 years stitched into it. Bought it second hand, Friday paid. Wore it proud on my wedding day. Never looked rich, never fit just right. Still that old jacket walked through my life. The jacket with one button still hangs by the wall. Wore it through the good years, wore it through them all. The jacket with one button, weathered at the seams, carried all my hard days, carried all my dreams. One button holding what time pulled apart. The jacket with one button still fits around my heart. Wore it Monday, first day at the mill. Hands shook hard, but I stood still. Wore it later when my first boy came. Hospital hallway, calling his name. Wore it black when Daddy died. Cold March wind against my side. Different rooms, different years, same old collar caught my tears. The jacket with one button still hangs by the wall. Wore it through the good years, wore it through them all. The jacket with one button, weathered at the seams, carried all my hard days, carried all my dreams. One button holding what time pulled apart. The jacket with one button still fits around my heart. Once had 4, then 3, then 2. Last one stayed like old things do. She used to say, I'll sew them back, then lose the thread and laugh at that. After she left, I found a tin, needles resting quiet within. I tried one night, but stopped halfway. Someone finished things are allowed to stay. The jacket with one button, faded brown and gray, still remembers every rope I walked through on the way. The jacket with one button, plain and hanging loose, holds a younger husband and an older troop. I don't need 4, I don't need new. One has held this long and carried me through. The jacket with one button still has work to do. There are more cold mornings I can walk into. Brown wool jacket behind the door, one good button, nothing more. I pull it close, step outside, one button holding, and so am I. Frank's been sick since early May, lost some weight along the way. I don't call much, never did. Men like us keep things hid. So I bought fruit and drove across town. Sometimes friendship just shows up around. Paper sack of apples resting in my hand. I don't have the right words, I'm not that kind of man. Paper sack of apples, red and green and gold. Something small to carry when a friend is growing old. I can't change the news, I can't turn back time, but I can bring 6 apples and sit there by your side. Yeah. Frank opened up in bedroom shoes, said, "You look worse than I do." I laughed once, he laughed too. That old joke pulled us through. Set the sack beside his chair, baseball game already there. No long speech, no heavy line, just 2 old friends and extra time. Paper sack of apples resting in my hand. I don't have the right words, I'm not that kind of man. Paper sack of apples, red and green and gold. Something small to carry when a friend is growing old. I can't change the news, I can't turn back time, but I can bring 6 apples and sit there by your side. We met at work in '74, loading steel by the shipping door. Shared one truck through a flood one year. Stood at funerals without a tear. He knew my worst, I knew his too. Never needed to talk it through. Before I left, he split one red, said, "Take half," and bowed his head. Paper sack of apples, 1 mouth cut in 2. Half for an old friend, half coming home with you. Paper sack of apples, simple as can be. Carried 40 years of quiet loyalty. No grand promise, no perfect line, just "I'll come back Thursday," and that'll be fine. Paper sack of apples, lighter than before, but I left with something stronger walking out that door. Paper sack, paper sack, paper sack, folded flat, 1 red apple in my lap. Thursday comes, I'll drive again, bring 6 more for my old friend. Sunday paper hits the steps. 7:10 like it always gets. Rubber band around the news. Morning damp on yesterday's views. I hear that thump from the hallway chair, and for a little while the house knows someone's there. I don't read every page these days, still I wait for that familiar weight. Sunday paper on the steps, waiting by the door. One small sound at morning makes the silence less than before. Sunday paper on the steps, headlines folded tight, brings a little outside world into this quiet life. Maybe I read it, maybe I don't. Still I like knowing it came like I hoped. Sunday paper on the steps keep coming back to me. She used to take the garden page. I took sports and turned with age. Coupon spread across a knee. She circled things we'd never need. I'd steal the comics, she'd steal my pen. We'd trade the sections back again. Funny what love can make complete. 2 cups, 1 paper, and Sunday feed. Sunday paper on the steps, waiting by the door. One small sound that morning makes the silence less than before. Sunday paper on the steps, headlines folded tight, brings a little outside world into this quiet life. Maybe I read it, maybe I don't. Still I like knowing it came like I hoped. Sunday paper on the steps keep coming back to me. After she left, I canceled it once. 3 empty Sundays felt like months. No soft thud, no rustling page, just the clock and the kitchen shade. So I called them back the following week. Didn't know how to say what I needed. Sometimes a house needs one small sound to prove the whole world is still moving around. Sunday paper on the steps, damp beneath the sky. I bend a little slower, but I still go outside. Sunday paper on the steps, plain and black and white, carries one old ritual into morning light. I may skip the headlines, I may miss a page, but I keep that little rhythm as I move through age. Sunday paper on the steps, stay part of my week. Some ordinary comforts say more than words can speak. Sunday paper by the door, same soft thump as years before. I pick it up, the house feels right. One folded morning in my hands tonight. 6 o'clock, table set, 2 clean forks, 1 folded napkin, pot on low, bread stays warm. Evening rain against the storm. I reach up high, take 1 more plate, set it down beside my place. Don't know who might come this way, still I leave room at the end of the day. 1 more plate at supper, 1 more chair pulled near. Room for someone hungry, room for someone here. 1 more plate at supper, nothing rich or fine, just a little extra from this life of mine. The world gets cold, the nights get late, so I keep 1 welcome on an empty plate. 1 more plate at supper, waiting by my side. Some nights Frank comes through the door, stays for beans, then asks for more. Some nights Sue from number 10 brings her pie and stays till 10. Some nights nobody comes around, only fork and clock make any sound. Still I never put it away. Hope needs somewhere to sit and stay. 1 more plate at supper, 1 more chair pulled near. Room for someone hungry, room for someone here. 1 more plate at supper, nothing rich or fine, just a little extra from this life of mine. The world gets cold, the nights get late, so I keep 1 welcome on an empty plate. 1 more plate at supper, waiting by my side. When I was young, our money ran thin. Mama made room whenever folks came in. Beans got water, bread got cut. Somehow everybody still had enough. Years taught me what she always knew: a table grows wider when a heart does too. So I leave that plate where the lamplight falls, for the tired, the lonely, for any of us at all. 1 more plate at supper, 1 more place to land, 1 more quiet welcome from an open hand. Simple, warm and true. Maybe I'll feed a stranger, maybe an old friend too. Maybe no one comes tonight, still that empty setting makes the whole room right. 1 more plate at supper, I'll keep it where it stays, as long as I have something I can give away. 1 more plate at supper, waiting in the light. 6 o'clock, bread stays warm. 1 more plate through another storm. Chair pulled back, door my table tonight.